Are people punished or tortured in hell? I can't make it totally benign and say that in Swedenborg's accounts, everyone in hell is fine and it only looks like they're making each other miserable when the light of heaven shines in. No, but actually that wouldn't make sense. And what we're here to show you is how hell actually does make sense. Think about it. As we've already asserted, hell is full of the craving to do evil. So people are going to be trying and sometimes succeeding to do evil to each other, since wanting to do evil to people is why they chose hell in the first place. But it's really the individuals who have the controls. The choices they make about what to do dial up or down the negative things that they experience. In this divinely organized, highly regulated environment, the people there are allowed to indulge their pleasures or resist acting them out, and this lets them control their own torment in a sense. Understanding the context of the suffering in hell, we can clarify the misconception of "you suffer there." Building on what we already covered, the meaning of the suffering in hell that we've got to understand is that it is the result of the people there being allowed to do what they love within certain limitations. The suffering or torment that occurs in hell is the product of the hatred in the hearts of the people there, and it only occurs when somebody crosses a line. This is also part of the appearance of fire there. Swedenborg writes, "That same fire also means the kind of torment that occurs in the hells. This is because the impulses that arise from that love are urges to wound people who do not offer respect and deference and reverence to the extent that rage takes charge. In the hatred and vengefulness that come from rage, people are driven to attack others viciously." And this is a bit gritty, but if we're looking at the home and the culmination of evil, it's going to match the levels of darkness that we see on earth play out under the right conditions too. You think about it, everybody in hell wants to be the greatest and burns with hatred against everybody else, which is a genuinely miserable scenario. We know that things like this happen on earth under the right conditions. However, you'd think that at least in the spiritual world, divine love would be able to find some kind of workaround to mitigate this endless suffering that would result from this pattern, and it has. God and the angels are constantly at work tempering and softening the drives in hell to do evil. Swedenborg writes, "The angels have the hells under their control and keep all things there in check, and this ability comes from the Lord. Otherwise, the torments would be perpetual and their state extremely deplorable due to the horrendous condition in which they are." So hell is this place that the Lord allows people to be who can't tolerate the atmosphere of mutual love that's dominant in heaven, but the Lord loves every single person in hell. And so he works within the bounds of freedom to govern what would otherwise be total chaos.